We'll take a hard right turn here, going from faith to players singing their goodbyes. Jared McCain was an incredible basketball player at Duke. He was he a lottery pick? I believe he was a lottery pick from the 76ers.
Yeah, he went early.
How would you, I am not super deep on the NBA. How would you assess his NBA career so far?
It's been underwhelming.
Okay.
He came out of the gates real hot. I think he actually was on a trajectory where there was a shot he could be the rookie of the year. But he's been through some injuries and stuff. He's had a hard time staying on the floor. And
I had my concerns, though, because I cover a ton of college basketball. And I had my concerns of him coming out of Duke because of his TikTok presence. You know, it was funny. I was watching a Duke-Carolina game, and my daughters were like, oh, that's the guy on TikTok. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, oh, yeah, he's got – and I looked, and he had like 3 million followers on TikTok. And I was like, what does he do? Like, oh, he sings and dances. And so I look it up, and he's singing and dancing. And sometimes it's in the locker room at like before a game. He'll be in his Duke uniform. He's done the same thing with the 76ers.
Yep.
He is also one that likes to paint his fingernails. It's very trendy now with some of the younger athletes. Whatever, they're doing their thing. But I have never seen what I saw here. And maybe you can help me unpack this. But here he is singing a goodbye to the 76ers after getting traded to Oklahoma City.
What's going on, guys? As you may know, I got traded. Blessed to be a part of the Thunder organization. But I do have a tribute. I do have a tribute for the Philly fans that are watching this. So here goes nothing. Back on your sofa, of course I still care. And love's never wasted when it's shared. And although it's over, I'll always be there. Only have a couple minutes going back to real life. I'll always love you, Philly.
Okay, now is he trolling him? Is he joking, or is this like a serious goodbye? I cannot tell.
No, I have to think that part of that was like facetious, right? He could not be serious. But I mean, is there 3 towns that maybe play the? How does that in Philadelphia, of all places?
Well, that's why I wonder if he's trolling them, because I'm sure they didn't love his TikTok and they didn't love his dances, and they probably don't love the fingernail paint, which is fully on. Like he purposely holds his fingers up to the camera so you can see the whatever manicure he's got today.
Well, I'm going to lay it all out for you, though. We've seen this in other places. How about the mean streets of Chicago? How about their starting quarterback, who everybody had worries about going into his career? And the end of the day, the guy, Caleb Williams, an MVP candidate next year, they're going to find a way to be okay with it, right?
Okay, but I apart from the fingernail palette, that doesn't bother me as much as the constant presence on TikTok. Like, he is constantly posting on there. And I think I was worried about him going to play with grown men. Like, it's one thing in college, it's fun. But when you go play with grown men, how are they going to feel about it? Now, I don't know how current NBA players are, but I do know this former NBA player. I know how he feels about it, and this is close to the way I feel about it, all right? So here's Jason Williams, White Chocolate. Let's hear what he's got to say. So is there a mindset shift between Jason Williams, probably close to my age, probably close to 50.
Okay.
Today's player, because I think, like Jason Williams, like you cannot have this happening in your locker room. Like somebody needs to step up. But, I mean, the oldest guy in a locker room might be 27, 28 years old. No one's willing. I think it's kind of normal now. And I don't love it because I think it's soft. I think it's weak. And I think it's a distraction.
Right.
And I think it's like, I wish there were more guys like Jason Williams still playing in the NBA that would slap the you-know-what out of these guys and say, what are you doing? And I thought it was interesting, too, because like LeBron, I don't care. He's already proven he can do whatever he wants. He's already got MVPs and championships. Yeah. But for some of these young guys who seem like they care more about their TikTok audience and their social media audience, I would want them to get their priorities set.
Yeah, I think first of all, I think the locker room is a sacred place. Like, things don't go down in the locker room like they do anywhere else. There's a special set of rules there. But pertaining to this thing in general, I think I have 2 rules, right? First, if you don't impede on me and what I'm doing, I'm like, whatever, do your thing. Like it's the same thing with like your sexual preference. Like I don't care too much, man. Do your thing. Don't bother me with it. And we're cool. Like if I'm in the locker room, I'm getting dressed or something and you're shooting a TikTok video in front of me, chances are you're gonna get your head slapped, right? Because that's not going to work because now you're in my space and now you're making me uncomfortable. Please don't do that. And 2, your performance better stay high, right? And that goes for anything. In sport, it's a numbers game, man. That's all we care about is if you win, if you perform. I don't think we really, I mean, we've seen criminals allowed to play. We've seen real suspect characters be able to continue their career because they're phenomenal on the field. I think that's pretty much what us guys care about, right? I think you could probably co-sign for that.
Yeah.
Don't impede on what you're doing. Let you do your thing, and you better hold yourself to the same standard as everybody else and help us push in the same direction. Like you said, if Jared Mccain was getting 30, if he was VJ Edgecombe, who's one of the best young rookies in the league, TikToking in there, doing his thing, handling his business, I think they do probably look at it a little bit different. But again, I'm right in the middle of you and probably Jay Will and Jared McCain's age, and I'm probably more towards your side.
Right.
Like, there's a place for that, man. Do it in your apartment if you need to.
Or even in the off season. Like, you want to take it to another level, or your off day at the very least. Well, like, do you really want to be... I know there's free time, and they're humans too, and they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
But it's just such a bad look. Fans spend so much money, and they support you. And sometimes you have to act like it's the biggest thing in the world. Like, sometimes you have to fake it a little bit. Like, I don't think NBA players could give a crap if they lose a game in the regular season, but you have to fake it. You have to at least act like you care.
Well, I also think, and it sucks to say, but I think there's something to him being, like, effeminate in his videos. Because,
Big
like,
time.
if he was taking 3 minutes out of his off time to maybe put up, like, a cooking tutorial or, like, showing off some, like, some of his house, I don't think any of us would give much a crap, right? It's the fact that maybe this just doesn't vibe well with what's going on in the team and makes certain people uncomfortable. And as much as, it sucks, you got to worry. You're in there with a team. It's important to some of these guys. Like, that's their livelihood. You guys got to hold yourself up to a certain standard.